It's great to be here. And, obviously what you see behind me and what you see on the screen, is our composite, and, it proudly hangs in the Smith School of Business. And I know this is one of those ones we put together, you put together and help to put together. But as soon as we can, and we're still planning on this aggressively, next May, we're going to hopefully have, most of you / all of you get everybody's picture done for real, professional photographer in, as we always do, and honor your achievement, because this is, a significant achievement. This is the best we could do, and we're all doing that. We're all doing the best we can do. And as I mentioned, COVID has hit us all. So, mindful of that. When we're back to normal, we'll have a chance to see everybody. We'll break bread, maybe have a drink, and convocate properly. So it will honor you in perpetuity as it hangs on the wall. Carrie sent a copy, to everybody, an e-copy, and we'll make sure that we get everybody all set up. So just to give you a sense of the agenda, don't be overwhelmed by it, especially you, Barry, as you mentioned, my PowerPoint slides. We're going to have, again, just a very quick welcome by me. I'm going to turn it over to Carrie. She's going to do some remarks. And then Elspeth, I'm going to call on you early, and just, have you speak a little bit to the class. And I know many of them. And again, then we're going to have some faculty that has joined us. And I've already had a bit of back and forth, and we've had a chit chat with some of them. We'll present the teaching award, dun, 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 who is that? Presentation of the creativity award. I think I've got Diana. Carrie will let me know. Carrie's always point on this, and Carrie's way smarter and better than me at all of this. We're gonna have Shane, who is Shane. We've got a bit of a choke collar on him, so if he speaks too long, like a dog hitting the line. And then we've got Jolisa, who joins us from the Center for Social Impact, and of course we've got our class president remark, and we've got this new thing we added called Valedictorian. And we're excited about that. And then a close, and then just, happy to chat and chit, after that, and we can, see everybody for sure. So that's kind of where we are. So let me start by saying welcome, welcome to friends, to family, to faculty, to colleagues, to staff, a special warm welcome to you, our graduating class of 2021. It's been a different year. I think that, to say the least. There's an ancient curse. Carrie knows this, I've said this before, but an ancient curse that says, may you live in interesting times. And we are. But tonight is about joy, tonight is about moving forward, and tonight is about celebration. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Carrie just to say a few words. She knows all of you. And again, Carrie is about joy and about celebration. So Carrie, I'm going to unshare and turn it over to you.
Great, thanks Glenn. So hello, welcome to everyone. Welcome to all our graduates and all their friends and family. So it's really nice to see everyone, see all those familiar faces, and so nice to share this memorable occasion with everyone. So to our graduates, I would like to extend a very sincere congratulations to all of you on this very special milestone. It really was a pleasure getting to know everyone last year during your time in the program, and you should be very proud of your accomplishments. I know everyone balanced a lot last year between work, family, school, and you did it all in what was already a very challenging year. So congratulations to all of you. To the families and friends of our graduates, I would like to thank all of the families, parents, friends, spouses, significant others, and children of our graduates. I know all of you also sacrificed a lot last year so that your graduate could follow his or her dreams and pursue their MBA degree. So we thank all of you for that. So congratulations again to our AMBA class of 2021. Well done. Please stay in touch. As always, reach out with any questions. I'm always here to help, and happy to help with anything at all. And I really look forward to hearing about your future successes. Congratulations.
Great. Thank you, Carrie. Lots of those going on. And again, Carrie, I think you know how much I appreciate you as part of this program, a real partner in efforts to give, as I call it, a delightful customer experience, providing value and an ear, which is just as important. So truly appreciate your contribution. And I'd like to now call upon Elspeth to say a few words, if you would. And we all know Elspeth, the Associate Dean here at the Business School, my boss. And I'm delighted that she's part of the school, the program, and certainly the counsel and guidance that she provides goes right back into the accelerated MBA. And again, welcome, Elspeth. Good to have you here with us.
Well, thank you very much. And I'm always, I always have a smile on my face when you say I'm your boss, because I'm like, really, Glenn, do you think you have a boss? Sometimes. I'm just kidding. Listen, it's really wonderful to be here with you. This is the first time I've ever had to make remarks after a professional poet has done something absolutely incredible at a graduation ceremony. So I've just made a few notes to myself that I really need to amp up the language that I use and probably the cadence that I use in these congratulatory remarks. I hope you enjoyed the celebration. I have to say, in some of those speeches, I did get goosebumps because I was reminded that when I graduated from Queen's with my MBA, it was sort of a remarkable moment in time where I thought, wow, like I've done it. So first and foremost, I would just like to congratulate you all on achieving something absolutely extraordinary. You signed on to do an MBA while working full time, and then whammo, global pandemic comes in and the entire nature of the game changes. So I wanted to congratulate you on all that you have achieved, but more importantly, pass along on behalf of the faculty and staff at Smith that we have so much admiration for the resolve and perseverance that you have demonstrated throughout this incredibly trying time. As I said, holding down a full-time job, completing a demanding program, keeping it all together. You deserve a degree just for that. But of course, now you are a Smith MBA grad as well. Simply amazing. So we know that you have the leadership and resilience to make it through this crazy period of time and sort of the sea change of disruption and you know everything else that goes along with that. And we take great solace in knowing that you are out there in the world and that you have it all covered. So give yourself a big pat on the back for doing something truly extraordinary. We're pretty sure you can do anything. But you likely didn't undertake this journey on your own. So please look around. If you can, maybe you've got someone beside you, give them an actual hug if that's allowed. If it's not, extend a virtual hug, and let's cross our fingers that hugs will make a big comeback in the not too distant future. So we are so proud of what you've accomplished. You are now firmly part of the ever-growing Smith and Queen's family. We hope that you feel very proud with what you've accomplished. We hope that you will go out in the world beyond what you've already done and do even more great things. We wish you the very best. Congratulations, savor the moment. And we are so happy, as I'm sure you are, to actually finish this amazing program and go on to whatever is next. So I look forward to staying in touch. Students are what it's all about for just about all of us on the call here. I see lots of faculty who've had the great opportunity to work with you, and I will stop there and just turn things back over to Glenn and let the celebration continue. It's been such an honor. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Elspeth. I really appreciate your words, and obviously your support has been tremendous. So thank you very much. Continuing with our theme of great faculty leaders, I'm very privileged that we've got a number of faculty that have joined us tonight. And I'll start with Michael. Michael, tell us a little bit about what you're feeling and your thoughts on the class as you reflect on the year that was, if you would, and say a few words, please.
Thank you, Glenn. Indeed, this class is very memorable. That's the first message I would say. And I want to send my heartfelt congratulations out to every single one of you. You have worked hard, you've deserved to earn this degree, but more importantly, you have figured out a way to fit more into your lives. And I actually hate to tell you this, but having done my MBA while I continued to work full time, in fact, I did my undergrad degree the same way. Began a process that had me working a lot harder all my life because I was always trying to offset that time that I had allocated to education. And I kept using it other ways. So I think one of the things I would communicate is try to find a way to dial that back a little bit. Just because you've been putting in many weeks, you've probably been putting in 60, 70 hours, just tune that down a little bit. Don't find yourself many years later saying, oh, I wish I had some of that time back. You will find ways to leverage that time. And the way to do that, by the way, is to take your skill set. And I saw your skills on display throughout the program with the courses that I taught all are part of, but particularly the capstone course, where the work that you did as teams on your capstone clients was truly awesome. And I say that you could say, well, I say that every year, which is true, but it's true every year. So the reality is what's just happened, not necessarily the history. So take that type of training and skill set that you've developed further and really take one component in particular, and that's elevated thinking. So if you were to take one thing away from the whole program, and there's an amazing amount of content, but take that idea of elevated thinking. And just to add to that, make sure that when you demonstrate that elevated thinking in a meeting or in a presentation or in any contact that you may have with customers or people in your organization, make sure that they remember that you said it. You don't ever want to be an anonymous contributor only to find that somebody else gets the credit. So keep that in mind as you go through. So find ways to carve out some time for yourselves, keep working hard, leverage the combination of your experience and your education. And I, like Elspeth and Glenn, thanks for your comments, for sure. They're saying, hey, stay in touch, and we want to hear how well you're doing in your careers. And I'm absolutely confident that we're going to see many success stories. So if you haven't connected on LinkedIn, do so. Most of you have. And we will look forward to ongoing results. So thanks. And again, congratulations and take care.
Great. Thank you, Michael. Good to hear from you as always. I'd like to call on Barry Cross now. And again, Barry, you know well, in fact, well loved as always. We added more Barry this year based on your feedback. We nipped and tucked, and I told you about the program review and improvements. We managed to even add a couple more operations classes, sessions to the program. So constantly looking for ways to improve, and that's reflected in each of the faculty that's here with us today. And Barry is again part of that. So Barry, would love to hear from you and your thoughts on this class, this strange year that was, and this wonderful class that is.
Yeah. You go back to the start of 2020, and the biggest thing we had to worry about at the time was a rail strike, and obviously some pretty extreme circumstances associated with that. But what a year it turned out to be. Now for you, this isn't what you signed up for, and Elspeth talked about this a little bit earlier. You enrolled in normal times, you started in normal times, and then the pandemic happened. And of course, everybody in this room, including your significant others and families, powered through and persevered. And me and the rest of the faculty and administration in the program are just incredibly proud and respectful for what you did and what you accomplished through the year. Just amazing. And you know me well enough to know that at the start and the end of any one of my classes, I had a story, and there's always a story to try and connect the dots a little bit. And now all of you have a story, and you've got a story. And when somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about doing my MBA, and my MBA at Queen's and Smith, and you can say, hey, you know what, young man, let me tell you a story, and this is the significance of what you've accomplished. So with that, and echoing the other comments, incredibly proud to be part of it. I tell people I've got the best job in the world, and I really do. One last comment for Michael. Elspeth doubted that she was your boss. Everybody knows that Carrie is your boss.
Yes.
So I think that's pretty clear, and lots of nods in the room. Anyway, thank you all for having me. Congratulations on what you've accomplished, and please, please, please just keep in touch and let us know how you're making out. Happy to be part of it. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Barry. Always good to see and hear from you. And I'd love to call on Jay. Jay is part of the program, a critical element, faculty member for the program, a great guide for me. Jay was, in an oversight role with all of the faculty through your year, and again, great guidance to me as I looked for ways to continue to add value to the program. But Jay, are you here?
Yep, I'm here, Glenn. And hi, everyone. It's great to see you. I'm so pleased to be here, and congratulations to you. Congratulations to your families for the support that they have given you and the love they've given you to get through this incredible accomplishment. As picking up on the words that Barry used, so proud of you and what you've accomplished. And you have so much to look forward to. And it's not just the content you've learned, but having the privilege of sharing a class with you, just knowing your hard work, your passion, your resilience, the network of colleagues you now have that you'll have throughout your career sets you up for so much going forward. And I urge you to make business not just a tool of economic success, but a tool of compassion and a tool of social justice and of social impact in that way. So congratulations to you. Please stay in touch. And I've just been so excited to be a small part of your program and to see everything that you have ahead of you.
Great. Thank you, Jay. Always good to hear from you. Really appreciate your part of the program for sure. And now Bill Blake. Again, Bill has been one of those critical faculty members that has joined me in the program review and constantly adds value, not just in a program review capacity, but as you well know, from a teaching capacity as a core member of the faculty. So Bill, I know you're here. Welcome, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this class and this world it is.
Thanks very much, Glenn. Add my congratulations to everybody else's. The current class knew what they were signing up for. You guys didn't. And just to pick up on the resilience theme that Michael talked about, if you cast your mind back to January, a year ago, January, when we talked about personal leadership development, I talked about the importance of resilience. And you guys clearly have been resilient in getting through the program and dealing with the pandemic and all of the issues that go with that. Barry talks about stories. You may remember I'm a big believer in stories. And again, casting your mind back a year and a half ago, if you can remember the story I told you about when I was young and in the Navy, and we used to go to Makapuu Beach when we were in Pearl Harbor, and the buses would come along with the old folks on them. And the reason those old folks were on the bus was because all their lives they'd said, one day I'm going to go to Hawaii. Remember that story? And when you go to Hawaii, you're 75 on a bus, and it's a very different experience to 25 on a motorcycle. And that again picks up on what Michael was talking about. I really do encourage you to slow down a bit. There's nothing wrong with achievement, but you need to enjoy the voyage, right? You need to enjoy the trip, and you need to do the things you want to do because time goes fast. So I guess the theme through my course was self-awareness, understanding who you are, what your values are, and understanding where you're going. Not just who you are, but where you're going. I would encourage you to continue to focus on that. Be the leader you want to be, and be successful. It was a real joy working with you because you guys were engaged, and when the class is engaged, the faculty member has fun. So thank you for that. All the best to you, and I look forward to meeting you. If we ever have a real live meeting you again, I should say, if we ever have a real live convocation on campus. So Glenn, fingers crossed that's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm bullish on our vaccine plans, and as we ramp up. So Bill, always good to hear from you for sure. So let me talk a little bit about Teaching Award. Teaching Award is voted upon by and only by you, students. It's the rawest form of customer feedback and appreciation. More than 90% of the class cast a vote. Close race among many of our gifted faculty, many represented here tonight, to be sure. I'm very pleased to announce, once again, I might add, that Dr. Tina Dason is a recipient, as voted by you, the class of 2021. I would now call upon Tina to accept the award virtually and to say a few words to this class about the teaching award. Yeah, I know you've got a story, a most recent story, Tina, but beyond that, and as part of that, welcome and thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, Glenn. Most people know I don't like being on video to begin with, so that's probably what you're thinking going through your head. But I recall the last time that we were all together was at Grant Hall for a dinner. And what an evening that was. And I want to tell you that receiving the teaching award this year, I'm truly, truly humbled, and I love each and every one of you. It means just an enormous amount to me. And it brought some brightness into what's been a couple of really dark months. April, I thought nothing could get worse. I lost a couple of family members in April to COVID and things like that. So I thought that that was a terrible month. And I'm not on video tonight because what I need from each of you is a really good plastic surgeon. Not sure if you would have heard, but about 10 days ago, I had a very bad accident. I fractured and dislocated my shoulder and elbow and wrist. And with the orthopedic surgeon this morning, I was told that that was a rare event, that usually people dislocate one thing, just not all. But you know me, I'm a high super achiever. So I want to make sure that if I go down, I'm going to go down really, really well. And then the other thing is I lacerated my face and tore up my orbital cavity and a bunch of other things. So I don't look really pretty either. It's pretty much black and purple and orange and yellow. And it's kind of fun every morning saying, wow, you can really do all that without eyeshadow, right? Like it's really cool because I won't have to buy any. But so that explains why I'm not on video. But I really love what Bill said. I've been thinking about that the last few minutes about, you know, I'm someone who's used to moving at a fast speed. And I love Bill's thing about that we need to slow down. And I've been doing a ton of reflecting, and I just want to share a little bit of that with you about just how lucky I was to actually still be alive. I mean, I spent like 2-3 hours in a merge where they were trying to move my fingers and they couldn't get my fingers to move. And they thought that there was going to be much, much more serious stuff. And then when they got my fingers to move, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm not going to be paralyzed, right? So you start thinking of all the good things you have. And in the last year that you've all gone through, I mean, you're brave, you're courageous, you're amazing. You're just, I just still, like I said, I was thinking back to that Grant Hall night, and that was so much fun. I remember, I think it was Spencer Davis playing all these like really schmaltzy type songs that we were all kind of grooving to and having such a lovely, lovely event. And I miss you all for that. But I wanted to tell you that I've been thinking a lot the last sort of 10 days at home about life, love, and family, and how important that is. And when I think of AMBA, I know that for all of you, you are that family to each other. You've been with each other so much and spent so much time together. And I know that as you all go forward, you're all going to spend time trying to contribute to building back better. I mean, I think that's what really a post-COVID world is about. Everybody talks about what will the new normal be? Well, it's not normal. We weren't really ever normal. You know, when I would go out with you and, you know, put down 10 gin and tonics, that's not normal. But it was a lot of fun, right? It was certainly a lot of fun at Grant Hall that night. But what I do have to say is that you can contribute to building back better. And each of you can play an enormous, enormous role in that. Like in the wake of the horrific findings we had on residential schools this week, I mean, that should give everybody pause to think about, you know, this isn't the type of world we want. And how can we move forward and build something amazing, but do it together? So reach out to me, keep in touch. That's the best gift that you can give me, is to make sure that you continue to keep in touch with each other and with your faculty. I mean, that's what you are. You're part of the Smith family, but you're really part of the AMBA family together. And again, as I said, I'm humbled, I'm honored to receive this award, and sending much, much love to all of you. Thank you very much.
Great, Tina. Again, we wish you, of course, all the best. You know, as you go through the wars, as my mother would say.
I'm serious about a plastic surgeon, though. Like, I would love recommendations. So yeah, like, it'd be great.
That's entirely fair. You know, and again, when I think of our greater social good here at Smith, this idea of building better leaders to build a better world, there's no better, petri dish environment now to do that in than post-COVID. And I'm saying post-COVID because I really feel confident that we're getting to a better place. So again, what I also love about this session and hearing from the faculty, and you'll hear from more of the Smith Edge team, it feels like a small town high school graduation, yet it's an MBA from Queens. The interesting side to this is phenomenal. So, and I'm also impressed with 10 gin and tonics. I mean, there's lots of things that I'm picking up.
Okay, maybe it's only 5, but they were doubles.
Okay. So 10 gin and tonics. Okay. So listen, moving on. And again, congratulations, Tina. Not a surprise. And thank you to all of you that voted. Thank you to all the faculty. I sit through, faculty lectures, and I'm just blown away by the quality. And again, that I've got a reference point. I didn't go to Queens. I didn't have the opportunity to do that when I was doing my MBA. I went to Schulich. And I'll tell you, the quality of faculty that we have here, the care, the concern, the empathy, the knowledge is just amazing. And I'm wowed by it and proud and honored to be a part of that for sure. So let's talk a little bit about creativity. You know about the Creativity Awards here at Smith at Queens. We have one of the only programs in creativity. I mean, short of getting to an Ivy League business school where it's part of an elective. And to celebrate excellence in your class and the awards we've created, as you know, this is part of John Planuson's efforts, superior efforts, and contributions from all. All teams were considered for this award. And winners' names, just so you know, will be permanently inscribed, as JP says, onto the Queen Smith School of Business Creativity and Innovation Leaders plaque. And this distinction can be added to your resume and LinkedIn profile, of course. And the reason JP is not here is he is in Amsterdam and doing I think a year-long sabbatical consulting gig with Lego, of all companies, talk about creativity. So I'm extremely pleased to announce that our teams of Vancouver A and Vancouver B have won the Excellence in Creativity Award from MBUS 824. And again, really excited about that. And congratulations to our two teams. And I know everybody is incredibly creative. So Barry has taken over this year, given John Planuson's sabbatical over in Amsterdam. And again, excited that what Barry's adding to the pot as we move forward. So congratulations, Team A and Team B. So I'd like to call upon some of our staff now, some of our team members, within the Smith Edge family, that's part of this program, a critical part of the program, because the benefit and value of a pan-Canadian experience, the incredible faculty and content that we've got within the program, it's in concert with a strong component of coaching. So I'm going to call on our Diana Drury to talk about her thoughts and experiences with this class. And as always, welcome to you, Diana. Good to hear and see you.
Thank you, Glenn, and so wonderful to see everyone tonight. Again, I echo everyone's sentiments. I don't want to repeat, but congratulations to the class of 2021. Again, I remember back in January speaking with all of you, and we go through the purpose of team and executive coaching and looking forward to working with our teams. And I don't know if you remember that I said, during the journey, you're going to grow as people. You're going to transform yourself. We will all look differently coming out of this, whether it's a little less hair, a little, more weight, a little less weight, whatever that is. But I never did say we would all have COVID hair or COVID beards or COVID mustaches, because I never thought that. And we're all, here looking beautiful as ever. And when I see that everybody is just their beautiful selves, it makes me smile because it doesn't really matter what we look like, it's who we are inside. And on behalf of the team and the executive coaches who had the pleasure to work with you over the year, I really do commend you for what you've been through. We started together live. You had a very different experience out of those gates, out of the first 2.5 months as we headed into March when the world turned. And as the stomach turns and the world turns, we turn too. And as we turned, we were into the virtual world. And I really do believe that we learned so much more than you would have if you had have remained in that live boardroom style. So to me, you've got that extra gift and knowledge of how to go out there and to really make a difference as leaders, as transformed individuals, but really as proud Smith graduates, because you've been through something entirely transformational. And I don't think we'll ever see this again. And again, I want to commend you for all of the adversity, for all of the resilience that you've been through, because to me, that's going to make you even better as a leader down the road. You'll never see anything like this. And you've got all of those skills now to go forward and to truly make a difference. So on behalf of the team and executive coaches, cheers to everyone. Congratulations. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you, Diana. Again, guys, send in some love. If you remember Jamin Patel, send in some love. Feel free to throw notes and comments and thoughts, and just love to hear from you. Where are you? What are you doing? Who's there with you? Is grandma watching? Anything? And again, just a shout and a hi to everybody that we see here: Barry, Bill, Michael, Tina, Jay, Diana, everybody. So let me call on Shane. I rib Shane. I joke with Shane. I know we can take it. The reality and truth is I love working with Shane, and he's a critical part of the Smith Edge team. So Shane, are you there?
I am here, Glenn. Thank you very much. So welcome everybody and congratulations. This night's about you. But let's not forget, and let's have a moment of silence for all the Toronto Maple Leaf fans that are going through a really difficult period right now. So as a Habs fan, there was no more joy in my heart last night than what I experienced. So if you're a Toronto fan, you're used to it, but let's not kid ourselves. All right, so on that end of things, my job here is really to, if you take a look, I know Diana said, she's got the best job. Barry already said he's got the best job. Let's not kid ourselves. I have the best. Now, one thing, Carrie didn't mention that she has the best job. So I'm not sure if that's because she has to work with me or not. That may be the issue. That is it. Okay, we've got a confirmation. That is why. But I really think I have the best job. Take a look behind Carrie. Take a look behind me. That's what I get to do. Every day, working with all of our students. So it was a pleasure to get to know everybody. Tina, I really hope you're kind of feeling better soon. Tina is one of my favorites. She's always a bundle of energy, and congratulations on your teaching award. And I guess, from our end, from a Fit to Lead perspective, you may or may not remember my favorite quote, which is, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Has there ever been a class that has had to experience a more appropriate quote than that this year? That being said, from a Fit to Lead perspective, we tried to kind of provide you with kind of tips and tricks to kind of help you perform at a higher level, nutritionally, mentally, physically. And what I hope we've really done for you is to activate your interest in this area, and something that, you will be able to kind of take forward. We know it's a really busy time when we're trying to do these things. And as the saying goes, you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. From a Fit to Lead perspective, our goal is to not necessarily make you drink, but just to make you really thirsty. And if you're really thirsty, then you're going to be looking for those types of things moving forward. So that's gonna, if I kind of give you one pearl of wisdom, I'll give you two. Don't never bet on the Leafs. And when you kind of look at stuff, change the way you look at them, and really get thirsty about the things that you're passionate about. So with that, Glenn, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Well, thank you, Shane. I've never heard you so brief and somewhat articulate. So thank you for that. So that's always good to hear from you. I really appreciate you. And again, a critical part of the AMBA, the MBA, the school team for sure. In honor of Ben, I've thrown up the Guinness factory. I know Ben, as I read in the notes, is in Ireland with his wife in the backyard. And again, top of the day to you. If you, Ben, hello to everybody. So listen, now I'd like to call upon Jolisa. Jolisa, again, is part of the Center for Social Impact. We all know Marina, who is on mat leave. Marina Darling, she is with baby, but we've got Jolisa here to talk about a little bit about reflection and thoughts as part of the Center for Social Impact. Jolisa, are you there?
I'm here. Thanks so much, Glenn. Great to see everyone. Thank you and congratulations to those that are graduating with the Certificate of Social Impact. It's great to see so many of you on camera. Just so everyone knows about the certificate, it should have arrived in your inbox today, digitally, of course. And I really wanted to talk about how the certificate really signifies your ability to think critically about the cause and effect of our actions today. Throughout your time at Smith, I know you've watched the world change, and social change is happening everywhere. In the short time that I've been with the center, I've really enjoyed meeting all of you, encouraging you, reading your papers, meeting one-on-one with you. And it really has been a delight, and it's certainly been a really great transition from working in another department at Queen's. So I've never felt more welcomed with this group. So it's been great meeting with you. And I really do admire your commitment and thoroughly enjoyed working with all of you. So just by the numbers, together, the certificate grads have contributed well over 500 volunteer hours, providing assistance during the world pandemic. And many of you have exceeded those volunteer hours. And as a collective, if I calculate all them out, it could really and truly exceed 1,000 hours. You use your business skills to tackle a challenge in organizations, either at a local or a global level. And now you can say that you've joined a network of over 500 other certificate graduates. So well done. All of you have demonstrated your commitment and determination for a brighter future. That's clear. We're so proud of you. As many of you go on to be more responsible leaders, we hope that your time during the certificate truly did enrich your experience here at Smith. The center continues to support social research, social impact research, education, and being a global advocate, and of course, our local communities. I really encourage you to stay connected with the center. Every year we welcome more students, just like you, across different academic programs, and we're always growing. So we really hope that you know that the center always welcomes collaboration, and perhaps your next organization, we might be working together. So again, congratulations to all the 2021 certificate graduates. The center is proud to have our newest certificate alumni, and best of luck in your future endeavors, everyone. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Jolisa. Wonderful punctuation point to this idea of building better leaders to build a better world. Social impact, corporate social responsibility, critical elements. Do well and do good. So I think those are amazing partners for sure. So thank you for that. I'd love to call on your class president, Trevor, now, and Noor, I think, is going to speak as well. Trevor, Noor, are you there in the mass of faces?
Yeah, we're here. Thank you, Glenn. I'll start it off. We did it, guys. I'm the class of 2021. We finally did it. And they say difficult roads often lead to beautiful destination. And this was the case for us. Dealing with the whole pandemic situation, all the late nights, group sessions, uploading our assignments before the deadline, logging back in to make sure our assignment was uploaded correctly. Well, that's all in the rearview mirror now. And we can finally say we are graduates. So for that, congratulations. I want to thank every person who made this journey possible. We share a unique bond that no one can ever replicate. Thank you to Carrie and Glenn and the rest of the team for supporting us through this fantastic journey. To our professors who challenged us to look at the world differently and stimulated us to develop innovative solutions. Before I hand it over, though, I simply want to say now the real journey begins. What we choose to do with our newfound education, networking connections lie within our hands. We should aim to better the lives of those who are less fortunate and those who do not have the fundamental necessities. Let us all strive to make a difference in this world. Be a minute change or enormous impact, the end goal is to leave this place better than we found it. So I ask you to remember them today as you go and transform the world. Don't leave them behind. The class of 2021 won't be defined by what we lost to the virus, but how we responded to it. The world is ours now, and I can't wait to see what you and I make of it. Thank you guys once again. Over to Trevor.
Thanks, Noor. That was great. Hello, fellow MBAers, friends, and family. Getting your MBA is a lot like growing a beard. It takes a lot of commitment, a lot of time, and some of your friends are even going to ask, why are you doing it at all? But unlike a beard, the MBA is actually going to help with future employment opportunities. In all seriousness, today we're here to celebrate the successful completion of our MBA program. We've each had our own unique path to get here. Some, like me, started their journey over 2 years ago. What a great feeling it is to finally be done. The MBA was tough. Sleepless nights, endless assignments, pantless Zoom meetings, but it was so much more, including the team building skills and lessons learned, building high performance groups, the amazing friendships we've built along the way, and the invaluable wisdom we gained from brilliant professors like Tina Dason, Paul Chipperton, Bill Blake, Barry Cross, Michael Darling, and many more. Through it all, we made it together, and we emerged as stronger people, more knowledgeable and more resilient. We were Queen's graduates. I want to thank my teams, Toronto D, for all the teamwork, support, and fun we had together this year. I want to thank my executive team, Noor, Nicholas Sherwin, Mick Martin, Amber, Chris, Anissa, and Zara, for keeping everyone together. And I want to thank the team of AMBA 2021, all of you. Thank you for your participation, your encouragement, and your stories. This has all led to a more inspiring experience for everyone, despite the challenges we faced throughout this pandemic. Of course, I need to thank Glenn and Carrie, the mom and dad of the program, whose tireless efforts during the last year's shutdown were incredible, having a seamless transition to online learning and kept our experience as their top priority. Life is like watching a movie. There are always interesting characters and tough challenges. Now, if this class was a movie, it would be a blockbuster. Let's all look out for each other, be kind, and stay connected. I also look forward to the day we can celebrate together in person. We've all earned it. All the best.
Amazing. Yep. Well done. Noor, Trevor, well done. Well said. Beautiful sentiments. Absolutely. As I toggled through the pictures, we've got so many people here, and what a beautiful representation of Canada. Our drive and desire to ensure we support equity, diversity, inclusivity, indigeneity. Just a beautiful look of Canada, and I'm so proud of this class. Just amazing. So good to see you. And Trevor, Noor, thank you for your words of wisdom. So we're almost finished. I'd like to call upon a new addition to AMBA. First time we've ever done it with an accelerated MBA, one of those crazy avant-garde things I didn't tell Michael about. I didn't ask permission. I just did it. And that's the Valedictorian, and voted upon by you, the class. And that's exciting. So I would like to call upon, an interesting character who has been part of the program and very much front and center, within what he's done and everything that he's added to the class, and hear a few words. Who will tell us a little bit about him is a gentleman named Gilbert Gottlieb. So let's hear from Gilbert Gottlieb before we hear from Osman.
I can't hear it. I can't hear it.
Noor, did you say we can't hear anything?
No, I couldn't hear anything.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see.
Yeah,
Glenn, did you want to try it?
I don't hear anything, but I could imagine.
Yeah, still not hearing anything.
Strange.
Yeah, I can't hear either.
Interesting. Okay. Carrie, did you want to give it a try? Maybe third time's a charm.
So I was having audio troubles earlier, so.
Dang. All good. I could pass around the video later on so you guys could all enjoy it. Oop. Glenn, you may be on mute.
I'm sorry. I'll try sharing because mine was working. Okay.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and this is for the graduating class at Queen's University. And it's being sent by Osman Naqvi. I hope I'm getting that name right because he's the valedictorian of his graduation class. So I should, if I get his name wrong, would one of you please jump up and say his name correctly? Because I could mispronounce the name Bob, okay? And, but anyway, I was asked by Osman Naqvi to give you some life advice. Well, my first advice is don't take advice from me. I mean, don't lead your life, make major life decisions saying, well, Gilbert Gottfried gave me this advice. Don't do it. And also, I also want to tell you, in life, if something goes right, take credit for it. And if something goes wrong, blame the other guy. And all that aside, please welcome the valedictorian of its graduating class, Osman Naqvi.
Perfect. Thanks, everyone. I'd like to begin by acknowledging that I'm on the unceded land of the Algonquin people. Thank you to all the people who make AMBA excellent, the Associate Dean, faculty, administration, Fit to Lead staff, Career Center, Social Impact Center, Advisory Committee, IT team, boardroom staff, catering staff, coaches, dance break instructors, maintenance staff, our loved ones, and of course, Zoom. A special thanks to Glenn, Carrie, Shane, and Michael Darling for starting this journey, who didn't only make us feel like students, but like family. They truly understood the power of relationships. This is your moment, AMBA 2021. I can't help but actually think back to when we were all shoulder to shoulder, belting out oil thigh in our Tam O'Shander hats, only at Queen's. I do have two confessions to make though, and it's been eating me up inside for quite some time now. The first is, this isn't my speech. This is our speech. From coast to coast to coast, AMBA came together to really make this possible. And the second is, I feel terribly underdressed for the occasion. You have to hold on for a sec.
As long as he comes back with clothes on, I'm happy.
I got one better for you. Team Canada Queen's jersey. It's a little more fitting. Okay, wearing this jersey, I hope will resonate with our world-class athletes, Aaron, Dushan, and Morgan. Team AMBA is truly Team Canada. And what makes up our Team Canada? From Vancouver, where our friends had to start class at the crack of dawn, home of the Top Dogs, to Edmonton, where AMBA assignments were completed even before assigned, to Calgary, where they foster a competitive spirit and know what it means to work hard and play hard, to Mississauga, who encapsulate fun and home of the Smith Challenge winners, to Markham, who embody team unity, and of course, founders of the WhatsApp group, to Toronto, where building a sense of community inspired all, to Ottawa, where somehow Lone Star became the unofficial restaurant sponsor for late night study sessions. I still don't get it. To Ottawa, Montreal, who were the pioneers of navigating a virtual landscape before we all followed suit. You know, our Team Canada, it's rooted in diversity. Diversity of thought, ethnicity, industry, location, and more. A Team Canada approach has taught us the value of diversity, and I hope we all continue to apply this lens in our personal and professional lives. Diversity is not a weakness. It really can be our greatest strength. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm holding this stick. Well, this stick changed my perspective on leadership and community. Let me take you back, all the way back to 2011, to a summer camp I worked at in rural Ontario. You could just imagine a camp nestled in the middle of a magical forest. And yes, all summer camps are magical. Picture this, first day of camp, a little boy shows up, a little shy, a little timid. Lunchtime rolls around and he walks up to a table and some kids begin to pick on him. Now, this is where I'm really glad that senior counselors are paired up with junior counselors. I was a junior counselor at the time, and senior counselors, they have all the answers. So at that point, the senior counselor jumped up and yelled, "Harry Potter." And then I jumped in and yelled, "Harry, I have your wand," and handed him a stick. All the kids at that moment saw the resemblance. He really did look like Harry Potter. And then the strangest thing happened. All the kids would wait for Harry to tell them which house they would belong to, and traded their snacks for sticks or I guess wands. And I'm left here thinking, wait, don't do that. You could just give me those snacks. Kidding, of course, kidding. Over the next 2 weeks, it was amazing though. The entire camp took over the theme of Harry Potter. And at the center of it was this kid who was on the verge of being bullied by many of them. And Harry did this amazing thing. And I guess he must have taken advice from some of our previous speakers, our faculty, and he used those relationships to learn to swim and cook at camp. He invested in his relationships. I turned to the senior counselor at the time and asked him, "How did you know to jump in at that moment?" And the counselor told me, "Sometimes you have to make a split-second decision to make people feel safe and create community." Finally, the mom reached out and said to me, "What have you done to my kid?" At that point, you button up your shirt real tight and you get ready for a scolding. She went on to say, he's been to a lot of counseling, a lot of treatment, and now he's in the playground, he's running for student council, and he's thriving at school. What that taught me was 3 things. The first, create safe places for diversity of thought and experience to flourish. Second, relationships and community allow people to flourish. And third, never trade snacks for sticks. I can't emphasize that enough. Now, much like Harry from camp, I want to share with you a framework to invest in your relationships. And over this past year, we all know AMBA students learn best through frameworks. It's called the radius of influence. It's not based in any empirical business education, just a fun exercise. You're at the center of it. The first ring around you is your loved ones and friends. The second outer ring around you is your loved ones and friends. The third outer ring around you, you may have guessed, your loved ones and friends. And then the fourth outer ring is other priorities. So invest in your loved ones and friends 3 times over before venturing off to your other priorities. This way you all flourish together. At the end of life, you likely won't wish you had 5 more hours on any given project, but you'll wish you had 5 more hours with your relationships. I propose to you 2 challenges to invest in your relationships. The first is, do something special for a loved one this week. Not next week, this week. The second is reach out to 5 people in the AMBA cohort that you haven't had a chance to talk to before and just say hello, start a conversation. If you need an icebreaker, tell them Osman sent you. Now, thinking back to when Gilbert Gottfried kicked us off, he said, take credit when things go right. And even Michael Darling hinted at this. I want you all to take credit for this incredible AMBA experience. Now, I'd like to conclude by turning to a firecracker in the class, because like I said, this is a team effort. one that brought so much life and spirit to opening residential. Anjali, how do you think we should end the speech?
Well, Osman, for something this monumental, we have to go all out, right? So I was thinking champagne, fireworks, let's just go the whole 9 yards with it.
Anjali, you'll just have to settle for confetti. Perfect. Congratulations, AMBA 2021.
Nice. Nice. Well, listen, congratulations, Osman. Amazing accomplishment. Great support from the class. Really exciting. And listen, next time you get bullied, you give me a call. I'm going to call Sergey. I'm going to call Dhruvi. I'm going to call Sydney. And then we'll be over there. We got your back. So anybody that gets bullied in this world, you make sure you give us a call. So listen, I'd love to close.
The AMBA network's already coming in handy.
There you go. Exactly. I again had a chance to go through the screens again. Saw some amazing family. Mike, I saw your family in the backyard. It's great to see everybody here. Once again, thank you to the families and friends and loved ones of the graduates. Your support, your sacrifice you've made. As your grad went through the program, families, friends, loved ones play a critical role in the success of our graduates completing the program. We know that. Not just time, not just financial support, but truly the backbone of your success. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to the faculty, the Associate Dean, our Smith Edge leaders, of course, Carrie, and other support team members, the studio, and their support side. They were frontline workers. And again, a critical part of delivering on what we promised. I encourage graduates to stay connected with each other, as Osman said, with your school, with me. Keep us updated on your career, your success. We'd love to hear from you. We truly would. Now, you're about to put gas on a smoldering fire, which is amazing. You're about to make a big impact. All of us wish you the very best. And we're really proud to have you as part of the family as, we build better leaders to build a better world. So again, part of this powerful network, 184,000 Queen's alumni, medicine, law, engineering, arts, teaching, you name it. And of course, 26,000 Queen's Smith Business School alumni. Welcome to the family. It's an amazing accomplishment, to be sure, as in terms of what you've done and everything that you've put into the program. So, and as we saw and heard from a number of you, wear the TAM proudly. We certainly didn't have a chance to see it over the ears or with ears showing before, but now you can. You are an accomplished member of the family. We're very proud to have you as part of this school. And I got to tell you, it's been a real pleasure to meet each and every one of you. And I can't wait until I can shake your hand again and we can see you in the flesh. So Carrie, faculty, students, all of our staff, thank you very much. All the best to everybody and good luck with everything. Take care, get vaccinated, and let's live again. All the best.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Good to see everyone. Have a good night. Enjoy.
Congrats, everyone.
Cheers, everyone. See you next week.
Bye.
Oh, because Shane does the workout sessions.
Oh, yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.